What's up, everybody? Happy Friday. Hope all you're having a great day so far. The weekend is upon us. It was a short week, of course, because of Labor Day and stuff like that. So we only had 4 days this week to deal with the show and deal with everything. But anyway, getting into this episode of GH, I freaking love Diane, of course. I love Diane and Alexis, man. I really do. It's always fun to see the two of them get together and chop it up. Because Diane is hilarious. Like, she just do not be playing no games. She's a straight shooter. You know what I mean? Like, she's that friend that people really need. You know what I mean? Like, especially when you going down, like, you just down and out and stuff like that. She's that friend that will just boost your spirits in a hot second. So, they were basically talking about Alexis's date with Neil that they had at the Floating Rib. But it wasn't just a normal date. They went to the Floating Rib for drag bingo. Bingo with a bunch of drag queens. I said, I've seen it all now. That was an interesting looking date. I'm just saying, for that to be a first date, I said, that's some interesting stuff right there. A drag bingo? I thought I would never hear or see anything like that in my lifetime. And I see it. Drag bingo for a first date. It don't get no more interesting than that. I'm sorry, but it don't. Because I never heard of anything like that before. I'm like, they do this? I was like, I wonder if they do that in real life? Really? It looked crazy. Like, they just dressed the Floating Rib up with all these colors and sparkling ribbons and all this stuff. You know, whatever they call them. But Alexis and Neil were enjoying the hell out of themselves. You could tell, like, they was just enjoying it. Alexis was sitting there blushing. She was just glowing. And they got to know each other better. You know, she got to know more about him since he knows a lot about her. She learned a little bit more about him. And she was actually pretty happy to know that, you know, he went through a struggle, you know, struggles in his relationship, which she can relate to. Because it's good that, you know, they got more things in common. Especially dealing with bad relationships and stuff. Because God knows Alexis has had her fair share over the years. I love them as a potential couple. I say potential because technically they're not a full-blown couple. You know, they just in the beginning stages. But that date looked fun. As crazy as it was, that date looked fun as all hell. And of course, Alexis won. She got bingo. And she tried to name herself the queen of bingo. Them drag queens was up in there like, no, calm that down. You're not the queen of bingo. Tone it down. That date looked crazy, but it was fun. It looked real fun. Like something that you wouldn't do. You know what I'm saying? It was definitely stepping out of your comfort zone going on that type of date. You know what I'm saying? And it was crazy because they just enjoyed themselves. I'm happy for them. You know, it's good. You know, I love the chemistry between Neil and Alexis. And, you know, Diane is all here for it. Because, you know, I love their friendship because Alexis always try to BS Diane. She's sitting there talking about all this contract law and real estate law. Just talking about a whole bunch of law. Diane was like, we could sit here and talk law all day, but you're not going to distract me from what I really want to know. How was the date? Like, Diane don't be playing. Because she know Alexis. Like, Alexis always trying to throw some BS out there to try to throw her off the scent. You can't throw Diane off. You could bring up a tsunami right now. Still ain't good. She going to go right back to that date. Effortlessly. She going to go right back to it. Diane don't play no games. Diane do not play. I love it. Their friendship is just amazing. So anyway, moving on from that. I see Pettinville still has a co-ed prison, I see. Listen, Nell and Shiloh, they're going to start to partner up. That's a merger from hell. I'm going to tell you that right now. Them two partnering up ain't good for nobody in Port Charles. Nell is so delusional, but I just want to point this out. First of all, not only are y'all co-ed prison, but y'all are letting these two inmates sit in that room, boy and girl, with no handcuff. They're not handcuffed to nothing. I'm like, what type of prison is this? This is worse than Mayberry RFD. I said, what the hell wrong with y'all? At least put some cuffs on them. Like, I ain't never seen no co-ed prison. What y'all doing up here? You do know that people can, you know, have sex and get pregnant in prison. Y'all ain't supposed to have them near each other. What's wrong with y'all? But y'all got a little child daycare going on in the prison too? For inmates who want to bump and grind and have kids? Like, y'all doing that too now? I was like, okay. I guess funding is low in the prison system, I guess, so you gotta have co-eds. Do they have co-ed dormitory? Well, excuse me, I'm sorry. Prison cells? Are they all sleeping under a bunk? Same bunk? What are we doing? I would like to know. So yeah, Nell was one big cup of delusion today. I said, yeah, I cannot take Nell seriously when she talked. Then she told me she gotta go do a psyche eval. I said, good Lord. Can you imagine giving Nell Benson a psych evaluation? Can you imagine? I would love to be a fly on the wall in that room. I'm just saying, the shit that could come out of her mouth. She is so delusional and batshit crazy. Like, she's sitting there talking about, oh, we got a common enemy, the Quartermains. The Quartermains ain't do nothing to you. Monica and all them ain't conspired to destroy you. Then she talking about, oh, the Quartermains are the reason I'm in here. I thought Carly was the reason you're in there. I thought Michael was the reason you're in there. Now you're blaming the Quartermains as a whole now. Her story changes every day. Like, you just never know what's going to come out of her mouth. Like, she's delusional as all hell, as all get out. Like, she's just straight delusional. The Quartermains, Carly, Michael, are not the reason your ass is in prison. You're in prison because you're crazy and you committed crimes, committed murder. That's why you're in prison. First of all, you're in prison because of you, not because of nobody else. See, this is what I'm talking about. That's why she needs more than a psyche valve, because she's just nuts. She needs electroshock therapy or something, because this chick, this broad is nuts. Like, seriously. She's about 2 sandwiches short of a whole damn picnic. Like, calm yourself down. Now she talking about she got a plan to reunite Shiloh with Wiley, get his stock back that Oscar left him. What plan do you think you have? What are you going to do? Try to blackmail somebody? That would be my guess. Like, she must know something or got something to blackmail. Because how else do you think you're going to help him? So, Nell is just crazy as hell. Shiloh is right there with her 2 nutcases joined in holy matrimony. Just nuts. Like, both of them. They do keep it interesting. I will say that, because I'm intrigued now, because I want to know what this little plan is that she got. Like, what's she planning on doing? How's she planning on getting that stock? Like, I don't know. Every time, like, I love villains like that, because every time you think that they're down, they rise from the ashes. They're just like a phoenix. They always rise from the ashes. And that's how Nell and Shiloh are. They're survivors. You know what I mean? Like, they're very crafty. They think on their feet. They always got some type of trick up their sleeve. When everybody think that they're all out of cards to play, they find at least 1 or 2 more to play. I respect it. I like that. That's part of what I like in a villain. You know what I mean? Like, I love it. So, moving on from that. So, Valentine, the wheels is spinning in his head, you know, because he's coming up with his own little plan now, because Finn done told him, like, he got a message from Anna telling him to tell Finn to not take the law into his own hands with Cassandra, let the law deal with it. And of course Finn was like, you know, brushing it off or whatever. And he comes up with his own little plan. He was like, you know, now that Sasha was dating Michael and it kind of put Michael in harm's way, now Sonny, you know, Cassandra's on Sonny's radar. So his thinking is, let's let Sonny handle it. Sonny can kill her, do whatever he want with her, and our hands stay clean. I think he's just saying that for her benefit, because we all know Valentine don't stay out of nothing. I got a feeling he gonna try to intervene somewhere down the line, because we all know Valentine can't shut his mouth for 2 seconds. And he's sitting there telling Obrecht, oh, thank you and stuff, thanking her for handling the DNA situation. Obrecht was like, I ain't do it for you. She did it for Nina. That's what she did it for. My thing is about Obrecht, you can say what you want about Obrecht. Yeah, she's using this to her own benefit because it helps her too. But at the same time, she really does care about Nina. And she really doesn't want to see Nina hurt. And she knows that even though she threatens to tell the secret and stuff, she just does it to taunt Valentine. You know what I mean? That's all it is. But she really don't want to see Nina hurt. So she just does it to kind of get under Valentine's skin and to let him know that she could yank his chain whenever she feel like it. But at the same time, she knows she's not going to do it because she know that it would devastate Nina. And that's the last thing she wants to do. Because as tough as Obrecht is, and I know her parenting style with Britt was pretty tough. But she really does love her family. Like, deep down, that exterior, that hard exterior, she really don't want to see them hurt. You know what I mean? That's why she allowed Brad, little snarky ass, to blackmail her in the first place about Britt going to prison. Because she really don't want to, destroy her own family. But at the same time, even though Brad was threatening her with that, she really don't care. Like, she cared, but she don't. Because she knows that, in a way, Brad has way more to lose than her or Britt. And that's what Valentine and Brad need to both understand. They have way more to lose than Obrecht does. Way more. Way more. Way, way, way more. Especially where Brad is concerned. It's so funny trying to watch Brad. He's like a little child dealing with grown-ups. You know what I'm saying? Throwing temper tantrums. Oh, I'm not doing this anymore. This is my last time doing anything illegal for you. I'm not doing... And the whole time he keeps saying that, notice Obrecht. Smirk on her face. She just thinking in her head like, you're done when I tell you you're done, basically. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's just how she looking at him. Just not giving what he's saying any serious thought. She like, he could sit there and say, oh, I'm not gonna do this and I'm not gonna do that. You gonna do what the hell she tell you to do until she tell you not to do it. You can sit there and piss, moan, complain all you want and throw out little warnings and stuff. She don't care nothing about your warnings. I love how she just brush him aside like he a little gnat. You know what I'm saying? Like, shoo him away like he a little annoying little fly or something. Like, she is not rattled by him at all. What Brad needs to understand is you are not in control. You are not in control whatsoever. You have no real cards to play here. Because at the end of the day, you got 1,000 times worse to lose than Obrecht. First of all, you're going to lose your job. You're going to obviously lose Wiley. You're going to lose your husband. You're going to lose your freedom because you're going to be brought up on kidnapping charges and plus some other charges, whatever the DA want to throw at you. And you run the risk of losing your life because we all know Michael probably going to beat you down. Sonny's probably going to want to kill you. So you have way more to lose. You know what I'm saying? And I love how Obrecht pulled his chain yet again because when Lucas and the baby was getting on the elevator, Obrecht got on the elevator, then Michael got on the elevator. When all of them were sitting on that elevator together and them doors was closing, and you see the look on Brad's face, that boy looked like he was about to shit himself. He didn't know what to do or say. His mouth was just... his mouth was just wide open because there wasn't nothing he could do. And I love how Obrecht playing that. That was hot right there. I love how she did that. Even though she didn't plan it to happen that way. It was coincidental. But it worked out in her favor. Because she was basically showing Brad like, bruh, your house of cards is about to fall. They can fall. One word from me and it can fall. Brad he has so much to lose right now. He doesn't even understand it. Whether Obrecht says something or not, everybody's getting a little tidbit of information. Like Carly telling Lucas about seeing Brad and Obrecht all huddled up together talking. The more they compare notes against you, sooner or later, they're going to figure it out. You're going down. Your whole house of cards is about to fall. There ain't nothing you can do to stop it. Whether Obrecht says something or not, it's about to fall. You're about to fall. A hard fall, too. And I can't wait. And Obrecht, I'm surprised Michael didn't pick up on that. He looked a little suspicious at first, but then he had that smile on his face. I'm like, when Obrecht said, Wiley's here with his two fathers, and she kept looking at Michael. I'm like, Michael, you ain't noticed that? Even when they were at Kelly's diner and Sonny and Carly was with Lucas and Wiley, and Carly mentioned how both her kids came out with like blonde hair that made them look like they were bald headed. I'm like, how do Carly and Sonny look at that boy and you don't see no facial features of Michael at all in that child? All y'all can see is hair. Y'all don't see no facial features at all in that boy. None. Like no eyes, no nose, cheeks, jawline. Y'all don't see nothing that resembles Michael in that child. Mike has Alzheimer's. Even he noticed that child looked like Michael. Even he noticed that. I'm like, how y'all the parents and y'all don't know? Come on now. All parents know if that's their grandchild or not. You can look at the child and you could tell that's your grandchild. How y'all don't see that? Crazy. So anyway, I guess Sasha gonna make a full recovery Now it's time, now that she all healed up and she better, it's time for her to start speaking. Tell Michael the truth. Don't try to renege on what you told him before. Because even Michael, like, he was wondering that. Like, how come she ain't got no people? Like, she seemed like a friendly person. Outgoing, like to talk to people. How come she ain't got no people back home that they can call? You know what I'm saying? Like, she better start talking, telling him the full truth, full disclosure. So anyway, moving on from that. Sonny, acting childish yet again when it comes to Jax. He's sitting there telling Jax it ain't none of his business about Dev living with them and stuff like that. The hell you preach? That is his business. First of all, his daughter is living in your house. You bring some 16-year-old stranger that he don't know nothing about into that house without a phone call, and that's all Jax said to him. Why you couldn't just give me a heads up before you did it? You know what I'm saying? Instead of just doing it and keeping it hush and not telling him about it. You know what I'm saying? Like, he don't have a right to know. I agree with Jax 1,000% on it. Even Carly agreed with him. You know what I'm saying? And Carly used an example. She told Sonny, how would you feel if Alexis brought in a 16-year-old boy you knew nothing about, no background, no nothing. You don't know this boy from a hill of beans. What if she did that while Christina was living with her? And Sonny understood. Now he gets it. Yeah, you know, you got a point. But he just too damn stubborn and childish to admit that Jax was right. They always play these little childish ass games. I'm like, grow up. Jesus Christ. I seen kids act better than some adults. It ain't nothing but a phone call. That's all that man asked you. And then you sitting there still telling him it ain't none of his business about Dev. All he's doing is asking about the kid. He would like to know about the boy that's going to be permanently living with his daughter for a while. You know, he wants to know about this kid. And Sonny broke it down like, oh, you know, his grandmother couldn't take care of him because she had a small apartment. You know, giving him little details and stuff. And Jax was like, was that so damn hard? That's all you had to say. And I agree. You ain't have to give him no attitude about it. All you got to do is just break it down just like you just did. All of 2 seconds. Problem averted. You know what I'm saying? Like, why is that so difficult? So childish. So, like, seriously, it was like watching 2 children. I said, are you serious? Y'all really acting this childish? But, you know, Jax, he basically told Carly, like, he's about to close on the new house, and he wants Jocelyn to come live with him. And, you know, Carly making that little face like, I'm like, Carly, calm down. It ain't like he taking her to Australia. She's going to be living still in the same town, just a different house. But I do respect what Jax was saying. He was like, you know, I'm not trying to dictate nothing. He was just saying, like, of course, you know, he's going to have to run it by Jocelyn because she's, you know, old enough to decide who she wants to live with on a regular basis. And like Jax said, he said we could just alternate the weeks. You know, 1 week, because she's going to have a room at his house anyway. You know, she stay at his house 1 week. Carly and Sonny the next. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't see the problem. I feel like Jax was very mature in the way he handled it. He wasn't coming in there. He wasn't swaggering around. He wasn't dictating nothing. He wasn't telling Carly, oh, she coming to live with me, that's that. No, he came in there very mature, respectful. You know, he didn't want to argue. He didn't want to fight about it. He was just simply suggesting, you know, she can come stay with me and we can alternate. That's how you parent. That's how you co-parent. You know what I'm saying? Be mature about it. You know what I'm saying? All that childishness. See, Sonny wouldn't know nothing about that. Because you see how he is with Ava and stuff like that. You know, and I like the way Jax and Carly co-parent their daughter. That's how you maturely co-parent. You know, you sit down, you let the animosities, you know, you leave your issues with each other. You leave that at the door. Because your issues with each other ain't got nothing to do with the child. You know what I'm saying? Leave that at the door. This is about the well-being of your kid. You know what I mean? Like, let that be that. So, of course, you know, Sonny had to tell Carly about Cassandra and the danger that she may impose on Michael. And you could see the look on Carly's face. Carly was like, no. Carly, you know, if she wasn't pregnant, you know, Carly would be all over this. If she hear about anybody potentially doing harm to her kid, you know, Carly gonna be like, nope, I'm stepping in. But because of her bad foot and her pregnancy, you know, she got to take a little sideline on this one. Because, you know, Carly would have been on Cassandra like white on rice. Especially when it come down to her kids, she would have been on her in a heartbeat. You know what I mean? But anyway, moving on from that. So, you know, it's the first day of school. Dev and Jocelyn going to school. She's giving him the lay of the land. That school looked so dark. Look at them lockers. I was like, y'all ain't got no color in them lockers or nothing. They just dark gray. Put some color, like lighten that school up or something. It look all dark up in there. But of course, this new kid that came to school or whatever, he's the new kid in school, and he got Oscar's locker. And inside the locker had a picture of Jocelyn and Oscar. And the kid was like, damn, people don't clean out the lockers during the summer. At least Jocelyn was nice and cordial to him because, obviously he's new. He didn't know anything about Oscar. So, at least she was nice to him and stuff like that. I do feel bad for Jocelyn. Her first day of school without Oscar and stuff like that. It's hard. And she got all the pictures in the locker of him. So I get it, but she needs to move on from this. Like, seriously. I know it's going to be hard. And like I said before, grief has no time limit, but you need to be enjoying your junior year too. Not sitting around moping and sobbing every 5 seconds. Enjoy your junior year because that's like one of the fun times. Like once you you're becoming an upperclassman, that's the fun times of high school. Junior year, senior year is when it really gets fun. And I want her to, I want all kids, even in real life, to enjoy that because that's your best time. One of your best times. So you have to like relish that moment because you don't get that again. You don't get to relive high school again. You know what I'm saying? So you got to really take it in stride. Really enjoy it. I have a feeling though, as far as Nina's concerned, like she all happy now that, Sasha's getting better and stuff like that. So of course she's, ready to start getting this wedding under control. I don't think that wedding gonna happen. I think all the secrets probably gonna come out. Cassandra might pop up at that wedding. All hell gonna break loose. But anyway, that was pretty much the whole episode. I don't think I'm forgetting anything. But hit the comment section. Let me know what y'all thought about today's episode. I will see you all Monday. I hope you have a wonderful day, wonderful weekend. See you all Monday. Peace.